Hey everybody, it's Ben with Black Lab Operations, and we're on the range today with Tulster to bring you a video with some pretty cool concepts. Stay tuned for the entire video, you're gonna enjoy it. So why does it make so much sense to carry at 3 o'clock? First of all, let's talk about what that even means. Carrying at 3 o'clock. So your gig line right down the front of you, if you picture a clock around your entire body, right down the center of your front, that's 12 o'clock. And on the opposite side, right down the center of your back, that's 6 o'clock. So carrying at 3 o'clock ends up right here on your hip, okay? Now, if you're a left-handed shooter, you would call it carrying at 9 o'clock. It would be on your left-handed hip, okay? But carrying at 3 o'clock makes a lot of sense for a lot of reasons. Number one, for the vast majority of people, your 3 o'clock position, or again for lefties, your 9 o'clock position, is going to be your most common and most comfortable area to draw from, okay? This is where your arm naturally hangs, down at your side, right at your 3 o'clock position, which makes a perfect opportunity for a straight up into the firearm and a nice clean draw and presentation. Now for some of you, you might enjoy appendix carry. You might feel like that's the most comfortable, that's the most natural draw point for me, and that's awesome. The vast majority of people will find that appendix carry is not only not comfortable for them physically, but mentally. They're just not comfortable with having a weapon here at their front, right on the front of their waistline, and they find that a 3 o'clock is a much more natural and a much more physically and mentally comfortable place for them to carry. So now let's talk about dry fire. Again, what is dry fire? Dry fire is the opportunity to draw your weapon and present it downrange and pull the trigger and get some time working on your grip, your trigger control, your sight alignment, your breath control, all the basic fundamentals of making an accurate and clean shot downrange. Dry fire gives you the opportunity to practice all of that without ever wasting a round of ammunition. In a perfect world, ammo's free. In a perfect world, it would be easy for all of us to maintain a good, solid grip on a firearm with no practice. But this isn't a perfect world, okay? Ammo costs money, and it takes practice to develop a good, stable, strong grip. And that's where dry fire comes in place. Whenever you're able to draw that weapon in your bedroom, in your bathroom, outside in your backyard, wherever you're comfortable doing it, unloaded, of course, in a safe manner, you're able to draw that firearm, you're able to work on your grip, you're able to work on your trigger control, your sight alignment, and your breath control. Again, all without spending a dime and without shooting a single round. Dry fire is, without question, your number one most effective training tool, particularly for handgunners. Okay, so let's talk about dry fire in a practical aspect. I'm gonna do my dry fire today concealed. I've worn a shirt that is over the top of my weapon. I do that because for the most part, whenever I'm out in public and I'm carrying a weapon, I'm always gonna have it concealed. But let's talk about dry fire. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove our weapon and we're gonna do a proper clearing procedure. We're gonna make sure that we're clear. It's so important that you do this every single time that you dry fire. Even if you know for a fact, it's incredibly important that you do your procedure every single time. Here's what I call, and what I've been trained to know, is the proper clearing procedure. Present your weapon in a safe direction. You're going to remove the magazine if there's one in it, and you're gonna rack that slide 3 times. 1, 2, 3. After that, you will lock that slide to the rear, and you will check both visually and physically to make sure you have no round in the chamber and no magazine in the mag well. Once you've done that and you know you're safe, you go ahead and holster. Okay, so dry fire looks like this. We talk about in our classes that your grip starts from the holster. So at every point possible, your dry fire starts from the holster. Because again, dry fire hits on your grip structure, it hits on your trigger control, your sight alignment, and your breath control. So we're gonna do that from a holster every opportunity we get. So what that looks like, dry firing from a position of concealment. I'm gonna get in my normal athletic stance. Doesn't have to be anything special. You're not looking like you're going to a fight, but just a comfortable athletic stance, relaxed knees. I'm gonna work that piece by piece to show you to start. Number one, I'm gonna remove my concealment. And I'm gonna over-exaggerate that concealment. I want it to clear my weapon immediately. And then I'm going to start what I call a good firm grip from the very beginning. I'm gonna get right on top of that weapon, as high on the back strap as I possibly can, get a good grip in the holster, up, rotate out, marry up, get my grip finally put together, and I'm gonna present out, and as I'm presenting out, I'm taking the slack out of that trigger to where once I'm on target, bang. So at speed one more time, or at that speed one more time. We're going to remove our cover, get high on the back strap, up, rotate, marry out, on target, taking slack out of the trigger, bang. Now that's nice and slow, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. But your dry fire needs to make sure you're hitting all the points. If I get a crappy grip from the very beginning, I need to fix it before I go on. Dry fire, dry fire, dry fire. 10 times a day, 20 times a day, 50 times a week, whatever your number is, anything is better than nothing. Do not neglect dry fire. It's your #1 training aid. So let's talk a little bit about my newest favorite from Tolster, and that's the Tolster Contour. I'm really enjoying this holster. I was able to get it on my person about a month ago. I've put countless hours. I've been wearing it at work. I've been wearing it privately, countless hours with it just in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I've had a great time with this holster. This holster fits so well. It really, the name is perfect. Contour is the perfect name. It contours to your body, seemingly kind of sucks into your body. It's not flopping around on your hip. You don't feel insecure. You don't feel like your gun's always moving around. It seems to hug your hip really nicely. The snap retention is beautiful. I feel like with very little adjustment, I think about a quarter turn of a Phillips head screwdriver, I was able to feel just a good snap retention. And then my thing is the shake test. I like to turn it upside down, just give it a really good shake and see if it comes out. And very secure, but then a nice clean draw. Really enjoying the Contour. Probably going to continue carrying it for quite a while. Again, security of the firearm is paramount, and then a nice clean draw is right after that. So I've got nothing but good things to say about the Contour, and probably gonna end up buying it for several more of my other firearms. Hey, thanks again for joining us on the range today. We talked about what it means to carry at 3 o'clock and why that makes the most sense for most shooters. Dry fire, dry fire, dry fire. Your best training aid without ever firing a shot. We talked about the Contour. Again, that's my personal favorite from Tulster right now. Having a great time with it. You need to check out the Contour and all their other offerings. But listen, hey, I really appreciate you joining us. Hey, look us up, Black Lab Operations. We're on Facebook, again, at Black Lab Operations. We are on Instagram, at TikTok, at Black Lab Ops, and then we're on YouTube at Black Lab Operations. Check us out. We're putting out content pretty regularly. We have several classes left for 2024, anything from handgun basics to tack rifle basics to home defense basics, and then we have a handgun mastery 1 class coming up on December 7th. But check out our Facebook, check out the events tab. Those classes are coming up through the rest of this year, and then we'll be putting out a great schedule for the spring of 2025. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day on the range. Be safe and be dangerous.